start recording as Mike is going to go look at something real quick. So welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies. And shit, mostly shit. And today we are discussing the 1997 movie Starship Troopers. And I, of course, am one of your hosts, Brandon. And I am joined by my colleague and best friend, Mike.
We're not colleagues anymore.
We haven't been colleagues in well over a decade. But do you want me to call you my
Oh my
life
God,
partner?
that's right, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mike and I used to work at Blockbuster together. That's where I first met Mike. We had a very nice meet cute, I would say, because we both had the same training at a Blockbuster at another location. And my dad failed to be a reliable parent, and he was supposed to pick me up because at that time I did not drive. I was a 19-year-old that didn't drive. And since our training ended at the same time, so my dad wasn't there, so Mike asked if I just wanted to ride home. I was like, no, it's cool. Like, I don't fucking know you. But like, he's like, no, come on. We still live in the same area. And then lo and behold,
this van is super chill, bro. Just go in the back.
Yeah, the windows
don't mind the windows
were taped over like with newspaper.
Don't mind the missing locks with the spikes sticking out so you can't grab them.
Yeah. Then I woke up 2 days later in a daze in an empty field, and I felt violated, but not physically. Anyway, but yes, Mike and I used to work at Blockbuster together. So, Mike, why don't you tell us about Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers from 1997.
Yes.
Directed by Paul Verhoeven.
Yes. Mr. Violence himself.
Mr. Violence.
He likes...
Yeah.
All his movies are just... Okay, hold on. Total Recall. Violent.
Is it? I mean, it is, but it's more weird than violent, I would say.
I don't know.
RoboCop's super violent.
Yes. Ooh.
Showgirl's not that violent.
No, but that was
a lot of violent splashing.
But wasn't that the last... Was that the last movie that he's done?
No, his last one was that Benedetta, about the sexy nuns being lesbians.
Ooh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Is it just Banditas?
That was Selma Hayek? It's a name, like Benedetta or something like that.
I was thinking the one with Selma Hayek and Penelope Cruz. Wasn't that called Banditas?
Oh, that sucks.
I'm just saying, like, I think that was called Banditas. Anyway, so continue.
Starship Troopers. Little synopsis here. Humans in a fascist, militaristic future wage war with giant alien bugs. Bugs with a Z.
Bugs with a Z. And they are like arachnid because they had like 8 legs.
They call arachnids.
Yeah, they are. That's what I'm saying. Like, but are spiders considered bugs? Because they could call them bugs in the movie.
Well, spiders aren't insects.
They are. Well, they are not.
Spiders.
Yeah, they are arachnids. Yeah. Just like so lobsters, aren't those arachnids too?
What?
I thought lobsters had like
other. Okay.
All right, let's not get into that. Anyhow.
All right, so based on a book by Robert Heinlein.
I didn't know how to pronounce it when I was looking at it. Yeah, Heinlein. Because it's Lein, right? Or is it Lien at the last?
Well, it's like Heinlein.
Right.
Heinlein. I think it's Heinlein.
Okay.
Whatever.
If we were more prepared, we would have looked it up.
Well, I don't really care that much. But so starring Casper Van Dien as Johnny Rico. I just love saying that.
As they mostly call him Rico.
Yeah. Denise Richards as Carmen Ibanez.
Which is not fitting at all.
Dina Meyer as Dizzy.
I like her a lot.
Yeah. Jake Busey as Ace. I didn't know his name for a long time.
They called him Ace.
But
I thought that was just a nickname.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris as Carl. Clancy Brown as Zim, Sergeant. And then Michael Ironside as Gene Razcatch.
Clancy Brown was just like the most hard dude ever. Like, what, you throw a knife? How hard do you have to throw a knife to pierce metal, first and foremost? Like, when he put his hand on that?
Yeah.
Like, and you if the guy can't push a button, he can't kill you. But like every scene he was in, like he's yelling, he's angry, except for the part where he did a pretty badass thing where when the young Dien turned his back and he rips the paper in half like Rico didn't do it. What's his name? Dien from Breaking Bad. He was in Terminator 2. The bald guy, the major that was on the... Yeah, as you look at that. Anyway, so Starship Troopers. I never read the book fully. I did a little bit in middle school, and from what I recall, it was not like this movie at all. Okay, there you go. D. Norris. It was...
I forget his name.
Yeah. It was not like this. So this movie...
You read the book? Are parts of it the
Yeah,
parts of the book?
so because that's the thing. So this came out in '97.
I heard it's like super pro-military, like.
Well, I only read the first chapter. So I was in middle school when this movie had came out. So because I didn't get to high school till 2000, and so they did have it at my middle school, and I was like, hey, it's like the movie. And then I started reading, and I was like, this is not like the movie at all. And so that's why I stopped reading it. That's why I only went through like the first chapter. But this movie is a heavy satire on the military. I mean, I feel like Verhoeven, because who wrote it? Did it say who wrote it? You have the IMDb open right there?
Edward Meyer.
Like, I have it open too. I don't know why I didn't just say it on my side.
But it looks like he only wrote just other stuff for like the Verhoeven movies. So like he wrote RoboCop and stuff like that.
But like, this is definitely, it seems pro-military, but I think that's just the point of it all, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know where I heard that, but Verhoeven's like, so I want to do like this satire of fascism, but I don't want to like make a movie exactly like that because people won't want to see it.
Right.
So like, he's like, oh, let me dress it up, with candy and sparkles and flashes and stuff like that, just to sneak everyone in.
Sure.
So, like that was his plan, I believe.
It has some good-looking people too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, everybody in here looks so good.
Yeah.
Like even the
Girls smoking hot, dudes smoking hotter.
all those butt cheeks I saw
Xander.
in that shower scene.
Dang.
Yeah, like everybody looked good. Even Ironside. Like
Yeah, he looked cool.
yeah, he looks solid. This is what, maybe 10 years after Total Recall, maybe, because Total Recall I thought came out like '89.
That sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah. And so he's still in his relative prime of acting, I guess. Anyway, so Casper Van Dien and this whole, to start with the cast, again, beautiful people. Like, what the fuck? And they're also in their mid-20s, also portraying high school students. Because you look at Casper Van Dien, he had a full beard. You could tell that there's a beard under there. He had to have shaved every single fucking day because you can see the lines and stuff. But when I see Neil Patrick Harris, I just want him to start singing.
It's funny. He looks young.
He does
in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they actually do a good job with. I guess it's like
Aging
it's like
him a little bit.
like a subtle makeup that they do.
Yeah, because when he
like darks around the eyes and everything. Yeah.
once he was in the military intelligence, like weighing on him and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Because when he after Diz dies, like he reunites with Carmen and Johnny, and he just looks like shit. Because he's in the military intelligence. You got Rico,
He looks
who's
worn down.
yeah, Rico, who's in the mobile infantry, which is like the grunts. Like you're going in first, and you're all gonna which first invasion? How many died? Like 100,000 in an hour. Can you imagine those numbers?
I think it said casualties, so not necessarily all dead. But
Okay, you're right. And remember, Carmen made the remark of, "Wow, there's very little wounded,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, they don't wound.
Prisoners,
Yeah,
yeah.
they just kill."
although funny enough, like the first battles of like 100,000 is a huge number, right?
In an hour.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's humongous.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
an
yeah,
hour.
yeah, yeah. But like the very opening battles of like World War II, like it wasn't in an hour, but I believe I want to say it was like 30,000 casualties in like the first days, French and
American?
and German stuff like that. So
Germans,
like
okay.
it's.
It's a
I
lot
mean,
of people.
it's a lot, but it's not completely unheard of, especially if you find fucking monster fucking bugs.
Well, you're storming beaches and just getting mowed down. Like, yeah, that shit's fucked.
Well, I mean, that was especially terrible because you have the fucking French walking around with fucking red sachets and fucking little hats. And they're like, oh, hey, we just invented these things called machine guns. So like
Yeah.
everyone's just getting
Mowed down.
demolished. So
Well, I mean, they're proud people. Those French with their colors and stuff and their baguettes.
I'm just saying, like, no one was anticipating a battle like that. So
Sure, no, I get it. I mean, it's
actually kind of like this. Like no one was anticipating the bugs.
oh, they
to be
absolutely
so
they over not overcompensated. They
underestimated.
Yeah, because I mean, like when they first got there, right? We're definitely skipping ahead, skipping the whole indoors. What looks like football? I don't know.
It looked
what
like
that
a
is.
futuristic fucking Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, XFL.
Yeah.
So so my question while we're there is, that arena, that field, or whatever, is definitely not 100 yards. That's maybe 50, because I think an indoors is 50 yards.
Yeah. Well, arena football is not on a 100-yard field.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like the indoors one is not as big as a real football field, but like it made me think: are those balls heavier? Like maybe there's a weight to them, so that way you can't throw bombs the whole time. Like Like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
so like, you know, a pro NFL player, oh, not even just pros, you know, you can throw a football 70 yards, right?
Yeah.
But something like that, you can't really do that in that arena, but
Well,
everybody would just do the bomb.
Let me answer that by asking you this.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm just saying. Let's understand the sport a little bit, okay?
What are the rules? I wish there was like a PDF of the
I'm
guidelines
sure there
and
is.
bylaws.
I'm
of
sure Verhoeven is so
future
legit,
future football, whatever.
Yeah, he had it done.
Silvery ball.
Yeah. But okay, let's not get too far ahead, because if we're talking about the invasion already with the humans and the arachnids, then what were they called again?
Arachnids.
Oh, they were arachnids. Okay. Yeah. But so the cast, Jake Busey, I always like him.
He's awesome.
He's the most ridiculous person, but like in Tomcats, in Starship Troopers, and seeing him made me want to watch Frighteners. Like, I like Frighteners a lot.
I want to watch Contact.
I see you say that he's in it. I've seen Contact once. You let me even borrow it, and I don't think I watched it since you let me borrow it. But that's what McConaughey. That's
Jodie Foster.
Oh my god,
Jodie.
I know. I keep wanting to say Judy. Jodie Foster.
Julia Foster. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so he's not a big character in that, because I do not remember.
He's an important character, but not a big character. Correct.
Is he a scientist or something?
No, he's a religious zealot. Okay, well, there you go.
I'll watch it. Don't worry. At some point in the next couple of years, I'll put it in.
Because you're just rude right now, I could give a shit if you watch it now. Give me my goddamn
Mike's
DVD
grumpy because he worked today.
back. I'm very sore, everybody.
His
I'm
hands.
sitting in so many ice buckets.
Yeah.
Got one for each elbow.
Yeah.
One for each knuckle. Each hand.
Because they were lined up. You have one
Yeah.
one cube of ice. For
one
for
cube
each knuckle.
each.
So we talk. Okay, so yeah, Jake Busey, love him. Did you see Frighteners?
Yeah, of course.
Michael J. Fox.
I mean, I think I've only seen it the one time when I first watched
I
it.
really like that movie. Like, it's good. And
Is it Chi McBride?
yeah, he's
okay,
one of
yeah.
the ghosts. Yeah, him. I always thought it was Pee Wee Herman was one of the other ghosts in that, but I don't think that's accurate. Was it Alan? I was gonna say Rickman, but that's not right.
No, Paul. Fucking. Why you
Ruben? Paul
Rubens,
Rubens.
Paul Rubens.
Rubens. But I don't think it's him. But I really like that movie, because it's
That's Peter Jackson, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's before Lord of the Rings, of course. But this movie, back to being a satire, clearly, even the very first scene, like, I'm doing my part. Join now, like, all this stuff, like, just pro-military, which I get.
Like, literally, like, Ironside's, like, whole spiel in school is, you know how democracy failed us and we had to just take control. Like, that's his whole thing. Like, if you're not fighting, then you're not worthy. Like, that's literally.
And you have to enlist.
It's not even, it's almost like satire as, like, a fucking sledgehammer, like, over the top, over your head, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's literally, like, saying it exactly what it is. So.
And it's, so from what I gather is, if you don't enlist and serve and do your time, you don't become a citizen. So it's harder for you to do things. Like, the one lady said she wanted to have kids. And yes, you can still have kids without being a citizen, but it's just a little harder. So my interpretation of that is, you know, you do your time, whether it's with the mobile industry, whatever you get put into, but once you're done, then you just have these perks.
Rights.
Like, rights, yes, exactly.
Vote,
so,
right to vote, or whatever.
does that mean that Rico's parents were not citizens because they were so anti against
Sounds
it?
like,
Yeah. So then, okay. So then my question is, being a citizen gives you these certain rights, these certain perks, but then if they don't have those rights, like Rico's parents, that is, but they seem very wealthy, like, is it really necessary? Like, because you could still be well off and not be a citizen, right? You don't have, but like, they're clearly not, and they had him. And so maybe they had money and they just fucking bought their way through. Okay, I'll just leave that point alone, because it's.
You should reread those 2.5 chapters you read in the book.
I read
the first
a chapter.
time.
Yeah, I read it.
See,
I'm sure they don't even touch base
if
on
it's in
that.
there.
Yeah. So,
but it's funny because like they live in like Buenos Aires, Argentina, which were like fucking where all the fucking Nazis like fled to like after World War II.
convenient.
Yeah.
Very convenient. You got this white guy, chiseled face, like light eyes, and yet he's gonna enlist. So another question I have for you, Michael, is Casper Van Dien. What happened?
Why are you surprised?
I mean, he seemed promising, right? I don't think he's like a bad actor per se. Like, I know he did Tarzan after this, and he looked like he would fit the bill for that. But then, of course, George of the Jungle came out, and that was great.
You know, he reminds me of. Man, he was in the second season of. Oh no, he was the John whatever from Mars. What the hell is that guy's name? Just another generic white guy. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
But wait, what was the cool show with McConaughey and Woody?
True Detective.
True Detective. He was in that second season with Rachel.
So
McAdams.
there's Rachel McAdams. There's Colin Farrell. Oh, the skinnier white guy.
Yeah.
That got shot in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember
See
who
what I'm
that
saying?
is.
Like it's just generic white dude, but he reminds me of him. Like tried some stuff, it didn't stick, and then so he went on to do other stuff.
Yeah.
He still has a career, just not. It's not what you want it to be, but
Yeah, I wanted him to be doing
more like B movie style, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, I'll allow it. I still like him a lot though. He didn't do Starship Troopers 2.
Like him a lot.
No, but I like him enough that if he wanted to do another Starship Troopers, I'd be down. Like maybe Rico's Roughnecks, and this is like 20 years later, and
He has two mechanical arms, two robo arms.
he has 2 robo arms and his helmet. Instead of that, it's an arachnid head, and he wears it. And but I mean, so they made there's multiple Starship Troopers. There's the first one, which is the best. There's a second one, which was like a straight to DVD kind of thing, which was horrible. Because like I even watching the trailer of that
Why
movie,
would you watch them?
I didn't.
Okay.
But I watched the trailer of the second one, and it's like they deliberately put smoke throughout the whole entire movie, so it masks how horrible it is. And then the third one was animated, and the fourth one was animated, and then the fourth one I think it was Casper Van Dien reprised his role as Rico, just the voice, and I think he was killed. Like that was his thing, like kill me off. But I would definitely pay money if they brought him back to do. Like him, Denise Richards, they're just war torn, fucked up. No Diz, of course, unless she could be a ghost. Jake Busey, NPH there. I would pay to watch that if they got a budget for it. Like let's just say 50 mil. You can make that movie 50 mil because their budget for this movie was, never mind. It was 100 to 105. So maybe not with 50 mil. But again, so for this movie though, for its time, 1997, special effects, phenomenal.
So it has like its ups and downs, right? So like the
Hot take.
the space stuff looks fine, I guess. Spaceships look okay. The bugs look good. The gore is fun. Super
Lots of gore,
digitally.
yeah.
Well, it's funny, like the actual attacks and stuff are super digital, but like the corpses on the ground are just look like you walk through like a fucking Halloween
House,
maze.
Yeah. Some of it, yeah.
Right. So like that stuff is good. All the bugs look amazing. But like the spaceships and stuff look kind of
Janky.
right?
Okay.
I like how like the certain space movies where it's like gravity, schmavity. Like who gives a fuck?
Well, even there's a few times with the spaceships where there's fires. I was like, you can't have fire in space.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking vacuum out there. But like, because when the bugs are shooting their sperm up in the air and stuff like their spores. Somebody made a goddamn mistake and it's just hitting those ships. And then you see the fires. I'm like, I guess someone didn't do their research. But either way, I thought it all looked good. There's only one scene where I thought, and it was the scene where NPH he's like, here's how you kill a bug. And like you shoot off its leg and then you shoot its like brainstem or whatever. Since there's a lot of light in that scene, it was a little rough. But all the other scenes where, like even the daytime stuff where they go on that other planet.
There's a lot of light always in this movie.
Well,
like
the cinematography's not the best.
Like those fucking spapeships are lit like every light is on.
LIT,
Hell
like fucking
yeah.
put on their glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're Rico's rough.
Why are we doing this?
What
What is happening?
We're really high right now, everybody.
Rico.
This is bad. So,
You know what I'm saying though? I
thing
think
is-
that adds to the kind of cheesiness
camp.
of the space stuff in the big ships, at least for me.
okay.
Like that stuff looks whatever when they're trying to escape in like the safety pods.
Yeah.
Like the escape pods,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
looks kind of
It looked
whatever.
corny.
Yeah, kind of corny.
But see, that's the thing. That's like there are special effects in there, yes. But I mean, just if thinking about the bugs, I think all the bugs look phenomenal. Even the scene where they're protecting that like base and all those bugs are coming, guaranteed they're all copy paste, and they're just doing different things, different animations in different directions. But I thought it still looked pretty great.
yeah, that looks good.
And the lava bugs, the plasma bugs, the brain bug. Well, actually, that looked practical at many times.
Yes,
Like
when it's just the front, it's practical.
Yeah.
When it's
When
like
they walk
walking,
it in,
when it's
that
like Jabba the Hutt.
Correct.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. So when sucking out the brains and stuff. Yeah. What's that?
Yeah,
guy's name?
that's real. Like
handsome guy number 6 in the movie.
Patrick Muldoon.
Okay. Where's he been?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Okay, just like all these. I don't mean it like that. I'm just curious, you know.
Yeah.
So, again, special effects. And whether it was in space and there was the ships, whether it was the bugs.
Like brain stuff looks kind of like Raiders of the Lost Arky almost, like just like, or
okay. Like when they're melting faces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like practical, like cool effects like that. Yeah.
I can dig that. So I had a really good moment with Rico. I feel like I bonded with him. Do you know what scene that would be?
You bonding with Rico.
Johnny Rico.
It's
early in the movie where I feel his pain.
Oh, when he's trying to do the mind test and failing.
That's a good
miserably?
guess. That's a really guess. The scene
Because
prior.
he's dumb as fuck.
The scene prior when he did his math test. And it was like you got Carmen who was like 97. He pulls up his like 32, and then MPH comes in and is like, oh man, Rico or John, that's tough. And he puts on the big screen. I was like, I feel that 100%. Like that's my day. Day to day is math. So what I said to my sister semi recently was, because you know
who's really good at math. He's a fucking engineer.
Yeah, she's great. So I said to her that I use geometry when
I says.
Yeah. Yes, because I'm that stupid. But I said that I use geometry when playing basketball. And she's like, you don't use geometry when you play basketball. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Because you got to understand how to arc the shot to go into the rim. Also, if I bank it off the backboard. She's like, that's not geometry. I was like, then what is it? And she couldn't really tell me. So, again.
Shut up. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm imagining she's just associating with
You're
numbers.
normally always wrong, but 100% you're right on this one.
And that's surprising for me to say because, again, my sister's smart. Well, I thought she was. But now I think she's dumber than me. So, I'm just anyhow.
Take that, lady.
Yeah. There was, so in the scene where they're doing the telepathy or trying to do it with Rico and MPH. What was his name in the movie, MPH? Carl. Yeah. Coral. They had a Rusty sticker. I don't know if you saw it when the ferret was running away. There's a Rusty sticker on his computer tower. I was like, Rusty survived hundreds of years from where we're currently at. But currently, right now, it is no longer around. There's no more Rusty, I believe. But what in this movie, Mike, that was a weird transition, stands out the most? Like, what is your favorite part of this movie?
I think that middle sequence where they get trapped in at the base.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's not a lot of...
It's the saddest.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Because you lose Ironside.
Yeah.
Which he could have survived. Because remember, the guy at the beginning is like, mobile imagery made me the man I am right now. And he had no legs anyway. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Ironside could have survived that. But take him out. And then Diz getting owned like 4 different times by the little spiky feet.
Well, I always think like in movies, man, did I see something else that did it too?
I don't know.
People fuck up. But
they do.
Like with any wound, if you get like
because he took it out, right?
You take it out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's like fucking first aid 101. You wrap that shit and leave it in.
My thought when he did that, I was like, well, now you're just letting the blood flow out. Like now she's definitely
not only that,
die.
it's fucking like 5 inches around.
Yeah.
Like, let's
so she's gonna. Yeah. So not only did when that foot, the leg went through her and pierced her body through and through, like it probably pushed out her spleen, something through the other side. It just blew all that shit out. But the first thing
everything was good. Everything it like slipped in between everything in her pancreas and all that stuff. And then when he pulls it out, just.
I'm no doctor, but I feel like there'd be like organs. There's organs and bones and stuff. This reference to Kung Pao, everybody. So, but then he does it early in the movie. Remember when it goes through his thigh, he just lifts it right out and then just starts shotgun owning.
But his is a little more, you can forgive him on that one because it's literally still connected to an entire bug. Like, what the fuck is he supposed to do?
That's valid. But
like
then
that one was broken off. Like, carry her in the thing.
Yeah.
And then,
But see, his wound was the whole
wouldn't
fucking
his
fang.
would have fucking gone through like the fucking femoral artery or something?
Not
like,
only
Jesus.
that would have destroyed his femur.
Yeah.
'Cause it was like right in the middle of
like
his leg.
through the bone.
Yeah, through the bone, through all that muscle, probably through that vein you're talking about, through that like what is it called? Artery.
Femoral artery.
Like, but I thought that was more on the inside.
Whatever. But I'm not a fucking.
Anyway. Didn't they do that in
Dr. Titian?
Don't you watch Dexter? Isn't that how they killed the one girl? They cut her inside thigh like that.
Sure.
I thought you watched that show.
I mean, yeah, like 10 years ago, whenever it was on.
That's valid. I never liked that show.
Okay.
Anyway, so that would be my favorite scene though too. That attack.
Whole sequence, yeah.
Yeah, and those few people. I mean, dudes getting their heads chopped off when they're flying by. The fact that Jake Busey smiles when the drill sergeant Hurries gets killed. He's like, like he has like a little chuckle.
They're like what are we supposed to do? Sorry about
like
that.
Rico looks at him. He's like, like
no, that guy's a general.
Okay.
That's why they're surrounded. Like, fucking general's acting like a
coward
little baby.
Yeah. Well, he had a right to.
Yeah.
So anyway, what were you gonna say?
Oh my God, we're gonna die.
Yeah,
That's a good time. So that's like my favorite sequence. Literally, my favorite moment in the movie though
the
is
shower scene.
the shower scene. Of course,
Yeah,
come on.
see some booty.
Dina Meyer, like,
Yeah,
too cute,
she's very pretty.
very pretty.
Yeah,
Prettier than Denise Richards. I'm just saying. Okay,
that's a hot take, buddy. I mean, that's Denise Richards at what, 21, maybe.
That's peak
like she
Richards.
looks very innocent. No, because peak Richards is Wild Things.
okay, it's good.
That's peak Richards.
I mean, this had to be. I haven't looked it up. Like super close to each other, right?
Oh yeah, I would say within a year or two max. Okay, continue talking.
Anyway, so like I said, the battle at the base is like favorite.
98 was Wild
yeah,
Things.
a year
the next
later.
year. Yeah.
My favorite moment, though, I was like, man, this is like super moving. Is their landing for the first invasion?
Everybody's like freaking out, and people are like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
well, because you like that's like you see like the most emotion on everybody. Like him and Diz have a moment, like looking at each other, like we're in this together, that sort of thing. Like Mexican dude's going fucking
yeah,
nuts.
he's freaking out.
Like,
Yeah,
"Let's
he's
do this
excited. Yeah,
shit."
he's super pumped.
People are freaking
Yeah,
out.
first and foremost, we don't know if he's actually Mexican. I'm just gonna say Mike.
I mean, they are if he's from Buenos Aires, Argentina. So yeah, I guess he from down there. But although they are very light skinned, it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
But like the music, this music swelling and like the ships going, like those ships look good, like going down onto the Clendathu.
Yeah.
The music, I had to double check the composer and I didn't write it down, but I thought like, is this Alan Silvestri? Like that music sounded like Avengers, like. Da, na, na, na.
Do you know many composers?
I do. Oh,
It's impressive. I only know is fucking Andy. Like it's just all. It's all. Why would I need to know anybody else? He's or Williams.
John Williams.
You know what I mean when I say Andy, right?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Maybe his name's not Andy. Shit.
Yeah, like,
what's Oingo Boingo lead singer? Elfman. Danny
Yeah,
Elfman.
Danny.
Yeah,
Danny.
I was thinking Andy Elfman. I'm sorry. So I think that's really the only two that I can name offhand.
Right.
Anyhow.
So anyway, yeah, I looked this guy up and I didn't know who he was, but
Okay.
Basil Palladorus or something like that. So,
Okay.
but like the music, I think I like. Oh, I didn't. I've seen it. I don't know how many times growing up. Just watching it this last time, I was like, you know what? I never noticed like how moving and like good the music is. At least in their main theme.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a good scene. And then they get on the. It's cool because like when they get on the planet, like the music cuts out, and then like, oh, now we're fucked because
You know what
hear
sucks?
all the bugs come.
As the ships are landing, those small like cargo ships, the one right before land just gets destroyed. And I was like, that sucks. Because like you're fucking right there. We're like, hey, we're 50 feet away. And you just get blown up by
That reminds me of
cum.
the Frontline, I think it is Medal of Honor,
The game?
the game.
Okay.
I want to say it starts. You're on the
The boat.
boats,
For
right?
World War II, like
doesn't
D-Day?
like one go down.
I'm sure many did.
Like I think one sinks like right as you're about to get on the beach.
And
It just came to my head.
I don't know if
But
that's
that's the same
Medal of
kind
Honor
of
or
thing.
Call
Like,
of Duty. That might have been one of the first Call of Duties before they became like all multiplayer based mostly. Maybe.
I
I
didn't
don't
play
know.
that many Call of Duties, but I remember.
You said Frontline, so that's Medal of Honor Frontline. I mean, maybe. Dude, that's like
But that's
PlayStation 2.
always like the worst,
I just said dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Come on.
The that's always like the worst thing. Like all this training and you're all going for it, and then just
Dead.
die
Yeah,
like
right
on
there.
the way. Yeah,
Yeah, sucks.
that's a way to go.
So,
So that's my favorite moment.
okay.
Like it's swelling, the music, the emotion, and everything, and then it all goes to shit.
I did like the super corny part of when after they all enlist, they're like, "Hey, we're all friends. Let's make a pact." Like I thought that was
That's
super
what
fucking-
that's what reminds me of saying like we're standing at the edge of tomorrow.
like today,
Fight
today.
bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they put their hands together, and then the lights behind them start lighting up.
Freeze frame, hands together.
Yeah. Or like Venture Brothers, and they put their fingers together, and
No, I want to see like the three hands and then one arachnid like hook.
goes through, cuts through all of them somehow. That'd be fucking great. So, well, that part was really corny, but I liked it. Like, we're gonna do this. We're going places.
Script wise, like it goes back to that, and like it ends with them together too. So like
Yeah.
that has a nice symmetry to it.
Yeah.
like I don't mind that.
What did you think of Rico's parents?
Super lame. That dad
Yeah.
sucks.
It sucks hard.
That dad is his mom's fine, but
Yeah.
the dad's like,
Well, she wasn't still supportive in a sense. She was like,
"You want to do what?
yeah, just because she looks
Well,
good
you're
in
not
her
gonna do that.
uniform.
They're not gonna like it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well, we're
sucks.
going to send you here. And when really, if Rico would have gone there anyway, he still would have been killed because like another arachnid asteroid.
Although I gotta be honest, if I was Rico, in that fucking house, I'm like, I wouldn't want to leave either. Like, what
I get
the
it.
fuck?
I get it. So my note here is that supportive shitty parents. Because like they're like, hey, you graduated. We want to take care of you. Like we want to send you off and you're going to go to Harvard. Which his dumb ass going to Harvard, he's going to tank out hard. But
His
like,
dad must be super fucking rich.
yeah. Here, look, we're going to spend this $80,000 a year, if not more, over $100,000 a year for you to go to Harvard.
I mean, it's like 200 something years in the future, probably like $4 million a year or something like that.
To flunk out like a fuck that he is. So like,
no, guys, what's he gonna go like 10,000 miles to a college in America?
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming this is like a whole world government.
That's what I was thinking. Like the whole world has to be on the same page because the way they make it seem, it has to be that way. Because like you said, when Ironside was talking about it, he's like, that's what we took over. So like just one government took over one spot and then just slowly but surely take over the whole world.
The New Order or whatever.
Exactly.
Was it First Order?
And I'm here for it. So here's what I'm like to say, everybody. We are part of the Federation now, and this podcast is now being taken over. So we are going to end this now. No, but like it has to be a whole world Federation. But yeah, if Rico goes to Harvard, he flunks out. And I do like there was a comment about it later or something like that about Harvard. Shit. And like either somebody died or something about Harvard they said later. And I don't remember. It's okay. So, but those parents though, the dad mostly, he fucking sucked. Because Rico's just like, hey, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, you will absolutely not do that. I'd rather take 10 lashings in the square than have my son be. So like, really that makes me think if the government took over, or maybe not took over, but you know, whatever. Like there's obviously people that still don't like it, but they're just dealing with it. Because it's like, all right, well, what am I going to fucking do? So yeah, his parents sucked. Mostly the dad though.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking he's the guy from Smallville. The dad from Smallville.
What?
It's not. They kind of look to me similar.
They look nothing. What are you talking about?
You just got to do side by side. I already did it. They look similar. Not like the mom. The mom is she was...
Talk about fucking Joe Duke or whatever?
You'd have to look. They look like they could be close brothers.
What is his name? I can't remember. He was one of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Was he really? Oh, yeah. Wasn't he Bo?
Bo, yeah.
He was Bo.
I said Joe.
Oh, Confederacy. So anyway, his parents sucked. Then my next line is that vow was corny as fuck. And okay. So in the military that we currently have, many years ago, I don't know if it's a law that they passed, but like, you know how the drill sergeant was hitting them and you can't do that shit anymore. So do you think, obviously they have public lashings. Are you good with that kind of stuff? Like is that corporal punishment? Like, how do you feel about that kind of stuff?
No.
I'm just saying like as a punishment, right? So like, okay, look, you did this thing, Rico. You took the guy's helmet off. You're not authorized for that. Now he's dead. Now we lost 2 people because of this. Would you think that, hey, because you caused this guy's death, would that be like you should be going to prison? Do you think that's what the options are? Like you can either go to prison or you can get 10 lashings or whatever.
I don't think that was one of his options.
I understand that, but like,
okay.
do you think that they would give those options? Like, okay, you can either do this and be in prison, or use very public display of whatever. Because like, didn't the drill sergeant say he like, here, bite on this? From experience, like he knows. So like, I'm not for corporal punishment at all, but I'm just
really,
saying,
because it sounds like you are 100%
all I'm saying is,
for it.
why don't we bring it back? It seems beneficial. No, but
keep these youths in line. I get it.
Them and their scat boards messing up my ledges and getting all their wax over the place. But like, so they whipped him 10 times, and he seemed fine after that. Like that looked painful as shit. Obviously, it's not real, but like that's got like his back immediately split open from those whips. Like you think the next scene where he's put stuff in his bag and stuff like that every move that he makes where he's stretching a little bit is the fabric. Yeah, the fabric's touching his skin, and he should be like, nope, didn't. I don't like it. Those little minutia things, right, Mike?
Yeah.
That thing to me, the rest of the movie, he should have been wincing every time he reached for something.
Well, if anything, you should be concerned about when they find out that 9 million people from their city and their entire families and everyone they've ever met
immediately
are vaporized, and like, man, that sucks. Back in. Put me back in, coach.
I got hoop dreams.
Like they're not.
Yeah.
Although they do mention it, like maybe when he sees Carmen the first time, I was like, Man, you hear from anyone who got out of
Yeah.
BA?
When they're in the station or whatever that is.
Which is funny. They call him BA. I'm like, hey, Brandon.
Hey.
She's like, I try not to think about it. And that's it.
Yeah.
You fucking definitely don't think about it
she
because
says
you fucking literally never say it again.
Because she like cries. She says she cries about it or something like that.
Yeah.
And so does that mean Xander was also from that area?
I mean, he's in the fucking rival
The
high
football.
school.
Right? I would think so. So he didn't seem to give a fuck
Yeah.
either. Like, because they're talking about it, he's probably just like, yeah, my mom and dad.
I'm pretty
uncle.
sad about it. You should probably come to my bunk tonight to
Yeah.
keep me company.
So what do you think, Carmen? You want to fucking suck this dick or like, what's up? Like,
jeez.
and then I do like the scene where they fight. Like, hey, just so everybody knows, we're not doing rank and like immediately. But Rico technically got his ass kicked. Like once he threw him over that table, he just started elbowing him like down.
You got to kicked him, right? Or kneed him in the head?
Rico, brought the knee up, but then they got split up.
That was round 2, bro.
I still think
I
that
think that's a pretty even fight.
because okay, Rico got the first punch. Xander got the next 3 to his like torso and stomach area, and then Rico got him in the knee to the head. But then it's weird because the knee to the head hit him like forehead, but then the next shot he's bleeding from his lip. I don't like it, Mike. Things need to add up. Continuity. Yeah. So anyway.
So that whole lack of gravity in space thing, you're cool with that. But if his fucking lips bleeding,
I mean,
when he
maybe
got hit in
in
the forehead,
Klendathu, there's oxygen that they never discuss. There's gravity that they never discuss. Like bullets work the exact same way. So, fun fact: I never caught the part where Carmen dodges the big asteroid, that it hits the comms tower. Like I never caught that.
Yes, that's why they weren't able to send word to Buenos Aires.
Right, which makes sense. But I never caught that when watching him any times prior. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention.
Right.
But that 100% makes sense because that shouldn't have happened because they had the defense machine guns in space that can knock
Also, this fucking government, federation, whatever. Like, is it just unlimited money?
Seems like it.
These are just, I don't know, $1 trillion ships or whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
So before Mike and I started recording, I had
fucking just blasted out his like
no big deal.
The first invasion, someone messed up. Someone really what did she say?
Somebody made a really goddamn mistake or whatever.
Goddamn mistake. Okay. All right. One time, it's fine.
Shame on me.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get me again.
Yeah.
Anyway, the second time they do it, and they're fucking literally lined up the exact same way, and the fucking ships go down the exact same, like,
yeah.
If we just have like
they're in a
unlimited
row.
supply of fucking ships.
They're in a row, like, hey, go ahead, arachnids, just blow up more that's come at us, and you'll get us. Like, those ships, I had asked Mike before recording, I was like, what is it, like 500, 700 people? Mike's like, no, there's over 1,000. Like, in which, to be fair,
there's thousands and thousands of people on there.
But to think of the scale of it, right? If there's thousands and thousands of people on that.
I mean, I could look it up, like, what the crew is on a fucking aircraft carrier.
Okay. Like 16, 17, maybe?
What is the amount of people working on
talking into his phone.
Aircraft carrier?
And moment of truth.
Was that? 3,200 people.
That's it?
That seems kind of low, actually.
That actually seems very high to me. 3,200, so 3,200 people.
Yes.
On a carrier.
Yeah. And that ship's fucking, I don't know, 4 times as big, maybe?
All right. 4 times as big. Oh, the ship. Yes. I was thinking you meant the ship, the carrier, opposed to the ship in space. I was like, what? Yeah, so that ship in space, that is very, very large. And seeing them all lined up like that. So, okay, let's just say hypothetically.
What did fucking Star Wars say? Like, there was like 10,000 people on the Death Star or some shit like that? Or way more?
They should have one of those books. Like, you know how the Star Wars
Some nerds know.
Yeah. Like
there's a number.
Yeah. Some nerds. Yes, they absolutely
They probably say it in Clerks when they're arguing about it.
For Star Wars?
I don't remember the number, though.
Right. That's why they should make a Starship Troopers, like, detailed book of those cruisers with their guns. No, they won't. They don't. Did you ever notice that there's a Power Ranger series that had the same armor as Starship Troopers? The same helmet, the same body armor, even the fucking guns.
Did they get it, like, at a discount?
Probably.
Like used shit?
Maybe Saban was like, hey, like, we need some shit. And Starship Troopers were like, TriStar was like, dude, we're trying to get rid of some shit. You want to buy it? And TriStar, I never see their logo anymore. Like, are they not around?
I'm sure they're bought out by Disney. I'm sure Disney
that's
owns
valid. That's valid. So,
it's my go-to answer.
Disney bought
owns it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then what was your least favorite part about this movie? Everything without Dina?
Yeah, everything without Dina.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't realize how gross this movie is.
It's very.
Not even the gore.
What about the bug and the when they're cutting?
So
open
I
that
made
bug?
the mistake of I watched
first?
Yeah, I watched it a couple times.
Okay.
So naked. So I was eating food and I was like, oh, let me watch Starship Troopers. I get it out of the way because I watched, it was like last week even I was watching it. And I go to eat and it's fucking, they're in the school like cutting up with the bug.
That's that's a very good scene. Like with that bug, like that's very good. Like for being a fake bug, it's a good bug. It looks phenomenal.
What? And also, why the fuck is Rue McClanahan there?
I don't know. For her fucking minute and a half scene.
I'm like, what? I mean, it's cool she's there. Like,
is she blind? Like, is like she has those darkest spectacles on ever?
Well, no, she looks like a Nazi scientist.
Okay, yeah. She absolutely
like dark glasses, almost like almost Doctor Strangelove-y a little bit with like the dark circle glasses, shit like that. So, and then I was watching it a second time. Happened to be probably because I just came home from work, so I'm always eating after work. And then I came to watch it again, and it's the fucking kids like, "Hey kids, you should do your part."
Stomping on the bugs.
Stomping on actual roaches. I'm like, why am I always eating when I'm watching this? Fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm. Just so happened that you're eating like something very messy, like sloppy joes, just something gross that's like gonna ooze out. But okay, so then your least favorite part was the bug dissection,
the grossness.
Okay,
but like least favorite, like the football stuff at the beginning, it's whatever. It's high school bullshit.
Yeah, just teenage angst.
Yeah.
It's my girlfriend.
I remember those fucking songs from their little dance. Like, fuck, I've watched this movie too many times because I'm like,
yeah. You know what song is what I always know is
like,
from
why do I love these songs?
Beverly Hills Cop when they're in the strip club.
Yeah.
Be your nested girl. I just think of Eddie Murphy just moving his shoulders back and forth. But I would say my least favorite part was really everything with Denise Richards acting. Because like she's not that good.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And this is probably one of her first movies, give or take. And she's just very like wooden, very bad. Like, you not that you don't see like the sadness in her and stuff, but she's not like the best.
Jenny Rico.
Yeah, she's always fucking smiling. And she has nice teeth, but like, come the fuck on. Like, I can't. Casper Van Dien, I think he brought it in. He has the anger. He has the sadness.
Amy Smart's in this too, huh?
Very briefly. The first one there gets to fly. Yeah, which I was.
All that stuff's kind of whatever too. Like the flying shit's kind of that ship captains whatever. Like she's useless. Like
she was. Although her dad still bummed me out. Like like she's
that's
under
probably
the door.
like the cheesiest part for me. So that's okay. I changed my answer. That's probably my least favorite part. Okay. The escape from the ship. And it's always the same fucking thing. Like we're gonna shake the cameras. Everyone's gonna.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Like,
we're going left, and everybody goes. We're going right, and they could just ADR everything afterwards. But so yeah, my least favorite part though, besides it's just mostly Denise Richards. Like she just at this time she can't act. I haven't really seen many more. I haven't seen many recent movies of hers, but like really now that I think about it, I can't even think of a Denise Richards movie in the last decade. Unless it was like a straight to DVD or something like that.
Why do you keep putting everyone's fucking careers on blast, bro? Jesus Christ.
Get it together, Casper Van Dien. What I'm going to do when
your
I post
IMDb
this,
page.
I have one. So when we post this, I'm going to tag Casper Van Dien, Denise Richards, and I want to get like responses from them just so they can see it. They will never see it or hear us because they won't give a fuck.
You know what? She's going to listen. She's like, hey, that'd be fun to do a podcast. She's going to hear your fucking
then she's
trash
gonna hear this
talk.
part.
Like,
yeah.
Fuck that fucking Brandon motherfucker.
Isn't she like a fucking OC housewife or LA house? Isn't she on some fucking reality show?
I think she had her own show after the Charlie Sheen stuff.
Well, I know Misha Barton's on the OC or something. Like she's on one of those shows. It's a reality show.
On the Housewives?
Well, I don't know if it's a housewife one, but she's on something, and it bums me out.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I think I do.
Okay.
All right. So then, with this movie, Michael, IMDb gives it a 7.3. What would you give this movie?
So I can understand the issues people have with it, right? Especially if they just take it straight at face value, like kind of a campy-ish,
very
space movie that's insanely gory for some reason.
I think the gore works in this kind of movie.
It does, but it's surprising.
Sure, it's jarring.
I mean, I don't remember exactly.
Like that first scene,
like seeing it in theaters.
Where
I'm pretty sure my dad took me to watch it.
I think my dad took me too. But that first scene where
they did not know. He fucking for sure did not know.
Pretty sure my dad
knew
because he's brought me to many movies where I'm like, should I be watching this? At this movie I wasn't.
But I don't even remember if like the ratings had the descriptions for the reasons
like gore,
for
violence. Yeah, I get you.
I don't think they had it back then. But anyway, So if you just take it at like the face value, like kind of a campiest, super gory space movie with teenagers in it or whatever, it seems fine. But
What I had read was this movie kind of launched the whole sci-fi action gory kind of like movies for many things too. Like I was trying to read
what
this
other
article.
movies?
Well, that's the thing. I was reading this article because I was trying to do. Let me finish.
Okay.
I was trying to do some like reading up on things before because like I wanted to know the differences.
Brandon Reed.
I know the difference. I love reading. So the differences between the book and the movie, and I did not get far in that article because I was hoping for a video, so it'd be a lot easier to watch if someone could just explain it to me, so I don't have to read good. But the person had said if this was again 1997.
So you literally just told me I love to read and then explain how much you did not want to read that article.
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
that's very accurate.
Just making sure.
Here's the thing about me, as I'm
If
sure
you
you're
all,
well aware.
you all heard that, right?
As I'm sure you're well aware, is that like I like to get things started, but then when it comes to the follow through, that's when I lose commitment of it. I'm like, oh fuck, man. That was something that teachers always said.
You're talking about like every aspect of my life as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you procrastinate. I think you procrastinate a lot harder than I do. Yeah. Like hard. That's how bad. But
Well, that's the difference. Like
Okay.
you start stuff, don't finish it. I
You never even
procrastinate
start.
to never start it.
well, there's times when I'll push you to start
Get it-
things, and
get
then
it
you
together,
start,
buddy.
You start, and then like there's that. I mean, I hate to bring it up, but there's that musical that whatever you're starting to write, and I fucking loved it. I was like, please just finish this and let's film it. And then
It's fucking done, bro. It's ready to go.
it is not
Tip top,
There's
ready
no
to-
fucking way.
tip top,
tip top,
snippety
and ready to and locked. Because I think the last time about that short, you said you gave it to Luis to work on music. I think.
What does he know about music?
I know what that idiot. So hey, Luis.
Hey,
Because he listens to them all. He's probably crying now that we've said those things. Anyway, so Sleep Sarah was Denise Richards. The gory aspect, though, I think it's very fitting. I like it. It is a little much. It is a little much at times, but like I think it all still works. Because that opening scene where they're filming the camera crew and all that stuff, and the reporters there, and he gets split in half, and we just see all the like the blood and all. I was like, oh my
it
gosh!
happens early. That's right.
Within
forgot.
3 minutes that happens, because it's like it starts with the Federation and then it's the network or whatever, and would you like to know more, but it goes through those within a minute and a half, and then it's just
Straight to that.
split in half.
Oh, yeah.
But I do, thinking of that, and now that we talk about that, that's kind of how today is too, right? Like everybody's not obsessed, but you're always filming the action. So like on Reddit, there's like people recording just people's fights. Like, oh, look, a fight, and they just get out their camera and start to record, opposed to like, hey, maybe someone should call the cops. So that reporter is murdered, split in half, and the guy's like, I would think that if I see a gigantic bug that's, I don't know, 7 feet, 8 feet tall, grab my
Cameraman.
reporter right in front of me. Here you go. Here's my camera, and I'm fucking running. But that guy's dedicated. Like I can feel that guy.
I don't know, because like you see like crazy videos, and like people are just continue to film. Like that's why we're watching these. Like,
Have you not seen the subreddit of don't stop filming or whatever? So people like fall, they get hurt, and the cameraman just keeps going. It's like a friend or something like that, and the person's like, oh, and, and I follow it too because I follow idiots in cars. There's like one with just fighting that I follow, and it bums me out because like just street fights. I'm like, why are these people just doing this stuff? It's so unnecessary. Have you been in a fist fight?
oh god, no.
Pussy. So anyway, I haven't either. Yeah, it's not worth it. Fighting doesn't solve anything, guys. Use your words to assault somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. So anything else about this movie that you want to talk about? Like, because I basically stopped writing notes after that base was getting taken over by the bugs because I was just enjoying the movie, and so, I mean, realistically, like the next stuff that happens is Diz dies and they send her off into space, and then they attack the same planet they were just on to get that brain bug, and they get it, and they jam that thing up its fucking front vagina. But what else do you want to talk about in this movie?
I mean, just like that whole world that they create, like it's interesting, right? So,
Wait, do you think if they would have done this movie now, with the same characters that, let's just say they looked like that, they looked as good as they did, if they did it now, would that movie be more successful?
it's a good question.
I think it could be.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because again, you're right. Like the campiness, it's a little like.
But it's almost like if you don't know it was a Verhoeven movie.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. you'd be like, what the fuck was that movie? And then like Paul Verhoeven directed, I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, RoboCop wise or Showgirls wise, like if you know his movies, then I'm like, okay, this is par for the course. Not par for, you know what I'm saying though? Like
Sure.
it fits.
The Verhoeven universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Verhoeven dude. It's
The
211.
multi-Verhoeven dude, multi-Verhoeven verse. Okay, yeah.
But I like how the world is. It's one of those things. It's like almost like intoxicating, because like everything looks cool.
Right.
The uniforms are kind of Nazi-ish, but okay.
Right. Do you think they did that on purpose though?
100 like those fucking dusters that he's wearing? Like, come on,
Just making sure.
100%.
Okay.
So SS
Yeah,
jackets, but
yeah.
but like the gender politics are literally equal. Like all the girls and all the guys are 100% on the same level.
Right.
Like that first admiral gets fired, and then
The woman
takes over.
Yeah, yeah.
The girls are in there with the guys. Like there's no division of showers, like anything. So like, oh, that's an interesting take.
Genitals galore.
Jen just just whipping them out and flopping around.
Flopping around, and pointing places. Right. Yeah. Lots of butt cheeks. Right. There was many times in that shower scene where you literally almost see Jake Busey's dick. Like there's like a bar like right in the way.
I was like, come on. I couldn't see anything. I was
Let
like,
me see
damn
some
it.
dick. Let me see some dick. Just leave some balls.
But like the videos, like the propaganda, like that's it's fun to see.
It's fun.
It's almost,
but then it's also like, oh, they did this kind of stuff.
It's
in
scary,
real life.
but
yeah.
But like all like it's almost like the music is like a throwback to like 50s like infomercial or like 50s like information videos, like hey Timmy, how are you doing today? Like hey, I'm gonna teach you about dirt,
like
whatever.
The Simpsons, how they teach you about the cattle.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, hey, we're all doing our part. Like, be part of this. It's like it's fun.
I did think it would have been great if at the beginning we're like, I'm doing my part, and the little kid's like, I'm doing my part, and someone's like, get that fucking kid out of here, or something like,
you want to die today, son? Get the fuck out of here!
Put your hand on that wall. And throws a fucking knife through the little kid's hand, just shattering every bone in it.
But then like everything there is like instant gratification, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's reporters and footage like 2 seconds after the disaster in Buenos Aires.
Oh yeah, like Rico's dad. Like they're like, oh, it's not gonna rain.
Like they already
literally 4 minutes later.
Yeah. They already have propaganda. They're like, the only good bug is a dead bug, like of the dude and his fucking the dog.
The dead dog. That bummed me out. Yeah.
The guy, like they just ran like some guy was tried for murder today and convicted and executed later on the day.
Watch tonight at 8:00.
So I'm just like, man, like his fucking like nonchalant face. So it's fun,
right? Propaganda. It's
not
great.
fun. Like let's have it, but I'm just it's interesting to see.
It made me think a little bit of what was that movie with not Ronda Rousey, Rowdy Piper? What was that movie?
They Live.
They Live.
Yeah,
kind of made me like that, right?
Yeah.
So like it's all just propaganda. Like they what did it say? Like drink more, or like because so you see with the stuff with the glass, they saw their aliens. I don't know if I've ever seen the ending of that movie. Do you know how that movie ended?
I don't.
Because that's like the most memorable part of it is what he goes in the bank. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. But anyway, so this movie, Starship Troopers, this is still probably one of my favorite action movies in a sense of, if you think of all the non-propaganda stuff, I think it's great for what it is. And
that stuff is good too.
I get it, but I'm just saying like the meaning behind
like
it.
He's literally like using like shots from like fucking Triumph of the Will.
I don't know what that is.
Like Nazi propaganda films from the 40s. So, but like those are like smashing you over the head with like a sledgehammer just to like echo those things. So it's funny to see.
So anyway, as I was saying, so really interrupting.
Well, no, I'm just saying like you don't like it in spite of it. Like he's like literally telling you like as beware, like this is beware of this, that sort of stuff.
Sure. Like I really would have liked if they could have made a second one, like with the same cast, like just because I think I would have enjoyed it. But back in '97, like how many sequels?
Well, no, the problem was it didn't make that much money. That's
right. No,
why
I understand. Like you have a budget of what $100 million, which you only make back, let's just say 40, 50.
You made a little more than that, but yeah.
Well, you're not gonna, if you're not making at least your budget back, you're definitely not doing another movie. So Mike's yawning, everybody. It's a little late, but again, Mike also worked today. He has his hands wet. Anyhow, anything else you'd like to talk about with this movie? I do think I have a note here, which I didn't really think about, but it's they're going to warp speed, and every time in a movie they go to warp speed, I always think of Star Wars. Star Wars, I think, did the best kind of like, because this one like did like it like imposed the monitors in front of like multiple like it was like, and then they went to that warp. But I think Star Wars is still the best when it does like the stars and they become like the lines and everything. Prove me wrong. Actually, you know what? In the Marvel in Thor Ragnarok, when Thor thinks he's traveling through like space and he's in that chair strapped in, he starts screaming. I really like the way that looked too, because it was all colorful. And anyway, so you have nothing else to say about this movie?
I was surprised. Well, it just makes sense, like being older and I guess smarter than fucking 12-year-old me watching this, but
Sure.
Like how much sympathy you can almost have for the bugs.
Yeah, because they're basically just being invaded.
Right.
And they're just living it up. And wasn't it always the humans that started all of this? Like, I know they're
that's
shooting
the
their cum
thing,
into
because
space.
they're, I don't know if they say it explicitly in the movie, but like humans are colonizing other planets
right.
and they happen upon Klendathu, and that's where they run into this other species. So of course, return to war, and like all the videos and everything is to like train, indoctrinate
pump you
everybody
up.
to know like, oh, these are monsters.
Yeah.
Like we should destroy them.
But yet they're just chilling.
And every time anyone tries to bring it up, like the reporter, he's like, yeah, everyone thinks the bugs were provoked by the human expansion into their area.
Yeah.
And a live and let live, policy should be.
Then Rico
Rico's
comes
like,
in.
Fuck that shit. My whole fucking family's in. I say fucking kill them all. Whatever.
Those bugs can suck my dick. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I remember that scene because I was kept thinking that microphone looks like Bob Barker.
Right.
Like The Price is Right. Because you don't need a huge microphone. It just needs to be a little
Yeah,
tip.
yeah.
But
like even at the end, like it's all these soldiers and like he's like, it's afraid. Like it sucks. Like that fucking huge bug is like afraid, and everyone's like, yeah, fuck that thing. Like shooting their guns in the air.
hey, look who got it. It's that drill sergeant that was ours. Yeah.
Zib.
That was a good part too, to see him like, and he has to report to Rico because Rico's now a higher rank. But yeah, that sucks. Like the thing, because now those arachnids are gonna like,
They're double fucked.
yeah, because they got a brain bug. So you got NPH. It's gonna be like telepathically fucking it.
Yeah.
And to get information out of it, and they're jamming that shit in its front vagina. But now I'm bummed out thinking about that, because those bugs, from what I understood, which was right,
They're natives.
Just, they were just hanging out, and then hey, look at this planet. Let's take over this planet.
Well, it's funny because like it's literally everything. Like all those steps are meant where everyone thinks of like, oh, these are just mindless bullshit animals, so we can treat them however we want. And the people, the scientists, like arguing on the TV.
That scene really upsets me. The way that guy, I think it's preposterous. Like just the way he's reacting.
I'm thinking about it's offensive.
The way that guy even talks, it makes me think of Sheldon, and I can't stand Big Bang Theory. And Parsons is fine as a person, but like the character, I can't.
But the lady,
The other person talking to him,
she gets shut down just like the reporter gets shut down. Like even the thought of like an intelligence is shut down immediately by fucking Tucker Carlson 3.0 whatever with this fucking bow tie piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, very interesting.
and then it turns out there is a smart bug.
Yeah.
It turns out this bug can communicate with the other bugs to like, hey, here's what we got to do, or hey, this is coming. Like I can suck out their brain juices and know their knowledge, which is frightening.
It sucks.
If there was ever something, which I'm sure there's some kind of insect in this world that can. Have you ever seen that parasite that goes in the praying mantis eye? I say mantises. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but like they'll put the praying mantis in water, like not the whole thing, but just like half of it, and then the parasite just pushes out of its body because it doesn't want to like drown, and it's like a foot long, like and then the mantis is dead because like it's just now it's all innards are all fucking gone, but. It's
parasites fucking suck.
Yeah, tapeworm, bro.
Tapeworm.
Like that could live in your body
ticks,
for
fuck all those things.
I don't understand. there's a meaning for everything pretty much in this world, right? Like the other day I was at work and I was like, you know what sucks? You know what's worthless? Hornets and wasps. You know what they actually do? Still nothing. But like things eat, like they kill other.
They kill other things.
Yeah. So they are pests to us that do nothing for us, but yet they're killing nothing. So technically are, I guess, helping
Population
us, right?
control.
Right.
Just for other
Just like
insects and
gnats.
stuff. Yeah.
Gnats do nothing, but yet they're food for other things.
Oh, okay. All right. They serve a function. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Everything in this fucking world.
I don't know what function ticks or fucking
It's got to be food.
bed mites or lice.
Okay, bed mites, sure, like bed bugs and stuff. Did you see that? It was on Reddit too. Like somebody put like their finger close to like this. It was like a piece of wood or something like that, and the body heat from the person's finger had the bed bugs like come out. And I was like, oh my god! Like so they're just like hiding in a crack.
I'm sure if I ever saw, I would happen to be eating, and the video would come up and gross me the fuck out. Like, damn you, Starship Troopers strikes again! It was so fucking
as you
gross,
throw
man.
your bowl and you fucking
like I knew it was gross, and then fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
What's
Here's
the big
the liver.
cheeseburger? And
Here's the spleen. Here's the heart. And she is like, and like fuck. And then what did Carmen yell out? Like nerves of steel, huh? Which is Diz. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said Carmen. Yeah. So one other gross video. I don't know how real it is, but there was like the top of a guy's head, and it was supposed to be like lice.
Oh, Xander when he gets the brain bug sucked out.
Yeah. It's like he had lice, and they're like combing through his hair to get it, and it's just like it's getting all globbed up because there's so much lice and
Globbed
bugs.
up with white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
And I was so bummed if that's how bad. Like how if
Earth
that was
is
real,
gross.
right? If that was
Clendathy
real,
was grosser.
well, I mean, Clendathy, lice. That's a tough bid, but. Now I just feel bad for those arachnids. I think I should make a shirt that says the arachnids were right. Or like...
But you understand, like,
arachnid.
What Verhoeven's trying to show, like, this is exactly how this propaganda works. Like, it's just demonize the enemy in all aspects. So it makes it easier for everyone to either kill them or be okay with killing them.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Because if you don't see them as being... worthy of life, then it's easy to smash them with your fucking sparkly shoes like that little girl does.
It's like that scene where before they get that bunker, before they have that big battle scene, right? And there's that one arachnid that's like it got his limb shot off, and its eyes are looking around. It looks distressed, and he just starts.
Well, I think that's one thing too. Like they give it like but like animal-ish eyes, so you can see it like afraid and recognizing the world around it.
Yeah.
But that dude, I forgot his name.
I know him from somewhere too. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Oh, he's in The Wire. He's one of the cops.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Was he?
I think so.
I don't know.
Double check, everyone. I think I'm right.
Okay. You know what I think about though? Now you're speaking about Wire.
But anyway,
the cops.
see, he is completely programmed at this point because he's like, fucking shoots it up. Loves the guts on him. He's like, they don't look like much when you wipe them off your boot.
Yeah.
I keep adding F words, but I don't think there's that much cussing.
There's not. But I mean, I understand. And thinking about the guts though.
But you know what I'm saying? Like he's been programmed to hate this thing.
Right.
So it's easy for him to just annihilate it.
He has the green guts all over him, right? And you have Diz that was next to him that got spidered a little bit.
Yeah.
But then like 2 scenes later, she's like covered, like her helmet's covered in the green guts. I was like, where did that fucking come from?
It dried off.
No, but it was like a perfect line down her helmet, but she only got like just a little bit of like flicker spider. And suddenly her whole fucking helmet was covered. Right. Okay, you gotta look at it. Also, so that green bug juice gets on him. But then when Rico blows up the lava bug, you would think the lava bug blood might hurt, right? Because I know it's like it's starting the fire with his mouth and it's like spewing it out. But like my thought would be maybe that's like what is it spewing out?
Maybe it's like a 2-part epoxy, but instead of epoxy, it's lava at that point. So you need it's like a what's that called? Like an endothermic reaction to like make
Don't
it.
try to.
I'm just saying like it needs the heat or whatever from this little sparky spark thing.
I get you.
To make it volatile.
Yeah, make it be like sludgy lava spurge. Okay, fine.
But that's like a fucking what's like a poison. Yeah, if you fucking chop a rattlesnake in half, its blood isn't
that's valid.
You know, it's not gonna poison you. It's the venom that's poisonous.
Okay, I'll allow it. You can make sense of things, I guess. So, and there's gonna be a point that I made too as we're talking. Okay, so the bug, he's killing the bug, and okay, so that's
bug.
Cool
scene too.
It is, and it's a bummer.
Yeah.
But
He would
like,
shatter his spine if he fell fucking 30 feet,
yeah.
but whatever.
Well, maybe that armor is like.
Okay.
I mean, it's like
That useless
thin-
armor
yeah.
that's completely...
That's complete. That's
does
pierced.
nothing for
That's
them?
pierced by
It's
nothing.
pierced,
And then you shoot irons at. Yeah, it doesn't. That armor literally,
Yeah.
unless he switched to like a 50 cal and he has 150 cal in his, and he could. It's only,
I also love the like unlimited ammo. Like,
yeah.
finally, when they're at the base, like, last clip, make them count. Well, there's fucking like what 9 bullets in there. Like, what the fuck? There's like
Well,
100,000 bugs outside.
Earlier
like,
in the movie, they're handing out the bullets to the kids, and those are like huge bullets, right? They're not like 50 caliber, but they're big bullets.
I fucking love that music over there. It's like,
Yeah, it's happy. Yeah, but like that's what I thought too, because they're like, get some.
I don't think they shot like that. Like they were doing bursts.
But they were still shooting.
Yeah.
A ton.
And more than there.
That really made my throat hurt with all that. But that's why I don't speak Spanish. I can't roll my R's for long. But yeah, they're shooting up those bugs at that scene, the best scene in the movie, and you got the dudes on the 50 cals shooting
The
it up
fucking
on
music's
top.
in that scene too.
Right,
Like,
very
it's good.
patriotic.
Yeah.
It's very, but like those dudes should have been mowing those bugs down because it
Yeah.
seemed like the regular troopers' guns, they'll damage the bugs, but like after a lot of fire, right?
Yeah.
But those 50 cals, those bullets had to be 2 times as big as their regular bullets are shooting. One of those bullets hitting my chest is gonna blow me in half.
Yeah, you're
so you would
annihilated.
right. So you would think, even though the bugs have a little bit of armor on the top part of their head, you think that the rest of it is pretty volatile. That if they get hit, just split off. Nope, that's not how that works. And also, why did those 2 fucking idiots stay on the turret and
For so long.
right?
I mean, if you think about it, they should be like awarded like Medal of Honor.
They were probably holding off some of the
They
bugs.
were holding off to let the ship get away.
And then they get wasted like nothing. There's nothing left of them. And
Hey guys, come down. You know what? It's fine.
yeah. Hey, we gotta go.
They get lavaed, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they just melt out.
That looks like a painful way to go.
But also the way the bug was shooting that shit, that was going towards the ship.
Yeah.
So you would think maybe good
It reminds me
looking.
almost like oh man, what is it in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The dip, right?
Yeah, the green oozy stuff.
Like it's almost like the hose, like doesn't have quite enough pressure just to reach all the way up, and then it dies. Like,
Yeah.
come on, brain bug or
Yeah,
lava bug, like fucking
very well done.
built some fucking pressure up there.
Yeah, because it seemed like it was maybe the sludge was just heavy, so it's
Yeah.
like like it just splits out. But let's see here. Okay, and then my final note that I had. Let's see.
Dina Meyer smoking hot.
Dina Myers looked phenomenal in this
Jeez.
movie. Like, I'm not saying anybody in here this movie was ugly at all, because they were all too good looking, like stupid good looking. But at the same time, Dina Meyer by far.
I mean, that's part of the world. Like everything is perfect. All the people are beautiful. Like everything is all.
They're all white.
right.
Yep, all white and light eyes, and yes, very good looking people.
Like her character's sad too, right?
Yeah, because all she wanted was to be around Rico. She loved Rico, and she goes to a different.
Doesn't even
platoon.
tell her he loves her too.
Yeah, she's dying. Yeah.
No, like in their sex scene.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I love you, Rico," and then they just make out.
Yeah, he's like,
Okay, it's like-
"Mwah." And they make out. But then her dying words were, "At least I got to have you." And I just thought that fucking sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, but it sucks.
Yeah, that's definitely a scene that bummed me out. I'm gonna send that. Okay, so do you think the rating 7.3 is valid for this movie?
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of weird,
Okay,
and a little cheesy,
very
and super gory.
okay. Gory.
And so if people aren't into it, it makes sense. Like I wouldn't put it or hold it against them, but I like it.
I would
Like it's almost an 8. Like how much higher you want?
give it an 8.
Okay,
I would give it a solid 8 because like
so 2/10. That's your like. Let's go, guys.
yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, give him that little bit more.
bump.
Because
Let's round up, motherfuckers.
Because I think I had saw years ago that it was lower than this, and I was bummed out.
Well, I think that's one of the things. Like people are reviewing it.
Yeah, I
Are
mean
we
it's on Netflix
looking
and
at
it's on
it again?
HBO Max.
It's funny. It said like one of the most upvoted movies or something like that, right? So like, it's
Moving on up.
yeah.
Okay,
It has a cult status.
so
Definitely more appreciated now than it was in its day.
right, and I can agree with that. So then the question is, now that we have reviewed this movie and talked about it enough, is what is the next movie we're doing, Mike?
I don't know.
I thought you said Gattaca.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I saw The Exorcist was on
I'm not
streaming.
gonna watch that.
What? It's so fucking good.
No, maybe Halloween time if it's still there, we'll watch it. But we gotta watch Hellraiser 2, Hellraiser Harder. So, I know you chose Hellraiser. This is your doing. So now that it's there,
I just thought it'd be funny if Hellraiser 2 was just called Hellraiser.
does it have the apostrophe?
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
It's even more raising.
Yeah.
More raising.
No, raising
It's
her,
razor.
raising her harder or hell or.
So stupid.
Okay, so
Gattaca
Gattaca.
is super. Have you seen Gattaca?
Who's in it again?
Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman,
He's trying to go up into
Jude
space.
Law.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen it, but it's been a very long time since I've
I
seen
mean, almost. It's kind of thinking about it. It's kind of similar.
it. To Schindler's List
No, yeah, to Starship Troopers in a way, because it's like
in space.
no, like
Futuristic.
the government or whatever, just governing body, whatever.
But you
Like,
need to be like pure. You can't have any.
Yeah,
you
like
can't have any defects.
yeah, maintaining like more control over the people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting how I guess they complement each other that way. I didn't think about it till now, but
You know, if we're gonna watch Gattaca, then we have to watch.
Great Cats.
No.
Nah.
I mentioned it before.
I don't. Equilibrium?
Yeah.
Why? No, fuck that fucking
It's
movie.
similar, right? So you have a government, or even V for Vendetta, similar thing, right? You have a government that's controlling it all like that.
Yeah,
like,
Vendetta's more dystopian.
okay,
like it's
sure, fine, okay.
extra
Let's
bad.
split hairs a little bit there, buddy. Anyway, so then where can you look it up where Gattaca is real quick? Is it on Netflix or is it
I believe it's on Netflix.
okay? So
Bleep, blop, bloop.
everybody, you can make suggestions for movies for Specrapular for our podcast. So you can go to our website at specrapular.com.
Yeah.
Or you can just email us directly at specrapular@gmail.com. It's on what? Netflix?
Netflix.
Okay. So the next movie we're going to watch is Gattaca. And it stars Ethan Hawke, as Mike said, Uma Thurman, as Mike said, and
Jude Law.
Jude Law. Good old handsome Jude motherfucking Law.
Oh, that's another good looking movie. Dang. Ethan Hawke's probably the least good looking. He's good looking.
You know, he's in Moon Knight, and
He's in The Northman.
okay, he's the villain in that too, right?
And I think
he's
he's the dad.
Yeah, he's dad. So that movie looks pretty intense.
Alex, I'm fucking super pumped for that.
Yeah. Anyhow, so yes, Gattaca. It's on Netflix. So, Mike, do you want to take us away? Unless you have anything else to say.
No.
Okay. So, Gattaca, next episode. It's on Netflix. Watch it. Make some movie suggestions to us. Nothing like Cheetah Girls or anything, silly, but just send us some good, solid suggestions. Mike, take us away.
Specrapular. I don't know why I'm in the fucking Avengers thing. Whatever.
Okay. Do it again.
Boom.